Good day, ma'am. Good day to my fellow students. I am Danica Mintak of BSIT-13 and this is Group 2 presentation. In this presentation, we encourage you to listen, focus, and let us all learn our topic about connecting and communicating online, the internet, website, and media. For us to be able to understand these following objectives: discuss the evolution of the internet, to briefly describe various broadband internet connections, describe the purpose of an IP address and its relationship to a domain name, to describe features of browsers to identify the components of a web address, to describe ways to compose effective search text, to explain the benefits and risks of using online social networks, to describe the uses of various types of websites, search engines, online social networks, informational and research, and etc. Explain how the web uses graphics, animation, audio, video, and virtual reality. Explain how email list, internet messaging, chat rooms, online discussion, and FTP work. And the last objectives: identify the rules of netiquette. Internet is a worldwide collection of networks that connects millions of business, government agencies, educational institutions, and individuals. Each of networks on the internet provides resources that add to the abundance of goods, services, and information accessible via the internet. To evolution of internet. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency or DARPA. DARPA's goal was to build a network that allowed scientists at different physical locations to share information and work together in military and scientific projects. That network called the ARPANET. Year 1960s was the first integrated computer network in the internet and funded by the ARPA or Advanced Research Project of Agency in U.S. Department of Defense, and it became functional in the year of September 1969 that connects the scientific and academic researchers across to the U.S. Host is a computer that provides services and connections to the other computer or device on a network and often use high-speed communication to transfer data and messages over a network. So in the year 1984, the ARPANET had more than 1,000 individual computers linked as hosts. Today, millions of hosts connect to this network, which is now known as the Internet. This network, along with phone companies, cable and satellite companies, and the government, all contribute toward the internal infrastructure of the Internet. Connecting to the Internet. Users can connect their computer or mobile devices to the Internet through wired or wireless technology and then access its services free or for fee, such as modem. Wired connections. A wired connections uses cables to connect devices such as laptop or desktop computer to the internet or another network. In wireless connection, computers without this capability can use a wireless modem or other communication device that enables wireless connectivity, such as cellular radio, satellite, or even Wi-Fi to connect to the internet with hotspot to some restaurant with password or sometimes without password. Internet service providers, also known as Internet Access Provider, is a business that provides individuals and organizations access to the internet.
Now let's talk about the World Wide Web. What is World Wide Web? The World Wide Web is a system of interlinked hypertext documents accessed by the internet. Ito ay ginawa upang magbigay ng isang information sa sinumang tao na naghahanap ng specific information. No? So, lagi nating tatandaan na Hindi lahat ng information sa internet ay totoo. So, the World Wide Web was invented in 1989 by Timothy Berners-Lee. The World Wide Web is the collection of web pages hosted on web. The web runs using HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Next. The Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The Hypertext Transfer Protocol is an application protocol for distributed, collaborative hypermedia information systems that allows users to communicate data on the World Wide Web. So, HTTP is one of the components of World Wide Web. So, ang purpose ng Hypertext Transfer Protocol, siya yung nagbibigay daan sa pagkuha ng mga resources sa web, such as HTML documents. Next. Browser. A browser is an application program that provides a way to look at and interact with all the information on the World Wide Web. This includes web pages, videos, and images. So, ang browser, meron siyang laging ka-partner which is si search engine. So, si browser at si search engine ay mag-partner sila pero hindi sila magkapareho. Ang browser kasi is yung access natin sa internet, while yung search engine, inalaw niya tayo to search the internet. So, tsaka, di ka makapag-search kapag wala kang browser. Yan. Next. So, we know that browsing or surfing through the internet is not safe. So, here's the technique for safe browsing. So, number 1 is clear your browsing history. Even if website decides to track your browsing data, you can limit the impact by regularly clearing your browser cache and deleting unwanted cookies para di makuha yung mga information na nasa history mo. So, number 2, never store your password. Dahil hindi sa lahat ng oras, ikaw ang may hawak ng computer mo. Pwera na lang kung may password ang computer mo at walang nakakaalam. Number 3, turn off location sharing. Number 4, use private browsing. If may ibang gumagamit ng computer, tablet, or CP mo, pwede kang mag-private browsing through incognito para hindi makita ang website na binivisit mo. Ayan. So, number 5, use a proxy server. And number 6, ensure you have up-to-date antivirus. So, next. In browsing, users can customize some settings to improve their browsing experience. So, favorites or bookmark. A place on a certain browser that allows internet users to list the addresses of websites they find and like with a click of the mouse, so that they can revisit them merely by opening the list and clicking on the address. So, ito pag ginamit mo tong bookmark, hindi mo na siya kailangan i-search pa, kundi pipindutin mo na lang siya para pumunta doon sa website na yun. So, next is security and privacy features. Security and privacy features helps your browser to be safe from extracting information about you. So, and next, when choosing of a browser, it depends on how old is your computer or mobile device. A newer browser may not work properly on older hardware. Next, how much memory is in your computer or mobile device. Some browser works best with a lot of memory. Number 3, Which operating system are you using? Some browsers are available for specific operating systems. For example, Edge is available only for Windows operating systems. Number 4. What do you want the browser to do? Some browsers are best suited for performing simple searches, while others excel when running websites containing media. Next. Specific browser that we use. We have different types of browser. So the first one is Google Chrome. Google Chrome is a cross-platform web browser developed by Google. It was first released in 2008 for Microsoft Windows built with free software components from Apple WebKit and Mozilla Firefox. It was later ported to Linux, Mac OS, iOS, and Android, where it is the default browser built into the OS. So next, Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is a Microsoft browser included in the Windows operating systems. It is the default browser for Windows on most devices and is not compatible with prior versions of Windows. Features include integration with Cortana and OneDrive, along with annotation and reading tools. Next, Firefox, developed by the Mozilla Corporation for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Firefox is known for its extensive array of plugins. This free browser was first released in 2004 and must be downloaded and installed. It has enhanced privacy and security features, a spelling checker, tab browsing, and password manager. Next is Opera. This second oldest browser is a free, fast, and small, used on both computers and mobile devices. Opera must be downloaded and installed. It began as a research project in Norway in 1994 and introduced several features found on most of today's browser. And the last one is Safari. Pre-installed on Apple computers and devices. Safari has been the default browser for Mac OS since 2003 and is relatively new to Windows. The browser has built-in sharing with online social networks, fast performance, parental control, and ease of use. Next, Web Address or URL, Uniform Resource Locator. The web address contains information about the location of the web page. URL is also one of the components of World Wide Web. Yung web address para siyang address ng bahay natin. Kung saan kapag may naghahanap sa atin sa bahay natin, ilolocate siya ng web address, ganun. Parang ganun siya. Eto siya. As you can see, it has a multiple parts such as protocol, domain name, path, web page name. Meron pa siyang iba, hindi ko lang sinama. The first part is the protocol, which is a system of rules that defines how something is to be done. Next comes the domain name, which is the address web in the net users that can access your website. Any names registered with the DNS or domain naming system is a domain names. What is domain naming system? Domain naming system is the phone book of internet. It translates domain name into IP address so that the browser can load the internet resources. Path. path or file. Path refers to the exact location of a page, post, file. It is the underlying file structure of the website. And the last one is web page name. The web page is written in HTML language which browser can understand. So note that all web pages are accessed and transported with the help of hypertext transfer protocol. So next, web size. A set of related web pages located under a single domain name, typically produced by a single person or organization. So, yung web pages, siguro alam naman natin yan. No? Example niyan is Facebook or YouTube. Next. Search engine. Search engine is a program that searches for and identifies items in a database that correspond to keywords or characters specified by the user. Used especially for finding particular sites on the World Wide Web. So, yung search engine, dito tayo nagse-search ng mga gusto nating makita na data or information sa World Wide Web. Katulad ng sinabi ko kanina. Na ang browser at search engine ay laging magka-partner pero not the same. So, lagi natin yung tatandaan. No?
Social online networks. A social networking service, or SNS, sometimes called a social networking site, is an online platform which people use to build social networks or social relationships with other people who share similar personal or career interests, activities, backgrounds, or real-life connections. Social networking services vary in format and the number of features. They can incorporate a range of new information and communication tools operating on desktops and on laptops, on mobile devices such as tablet computers and smartphones. They may feature digital photo, video sharing, and diary entries online, also known as blogging. They have gained global popularity as a medium through which people transmit, coordinate, and in some cases, live their lives. Powered by Web 2.0 technology, SNS are explicitly participatory, dialogical, and user content-led. Sites such as MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter are dissemination portals showcasing in vivid multimedia ways expressions of everyday life that invite comment and discussion. Business uses in social online networks. Social media can help you engage with your customers and find out what people are saying about your business. You can also use social media for advertising, promotional giveaways, and mobile applications. Social media can help your businesses to attract customers, get customer feedback and build customer loyalty, increase your market reach, including international markets, increase traffic to your website, and improve its search engine ranking. The ability to create real human connections is one of the key benefits of social media for business. Introduce your followers to the people who make up your company and showcase how existing customers are using and benefiting from your products. The dangers of social networking. Phishing attacks. There is also the danger of phishing attacks. You may receive an email that seems to be from a social networking site, but it actually encourages you to visit fake websites that may steal your information by entering private data. Addiction. Many people are becoming so addicted to the use of social networks that they are unable to resist checking their handheld device or mobile every few minutes, waiting for messages from friends. Loss of privacy. This is perhaps the most subtle danger of social networking. The personal information posted on social network can be exploited by anyone. since it is open to the public. Large websites like social networking sites back up their databases regularly. Therefore, information about you collected over time or posted by yourself never disappears completely, as they get backed up away and stored perpetually in their system. It can be considered permanently visible. Media sharing. Media sharing has made it possible for individuals and businesses alike to expand their influence and reach. But to use media sharing effectively, you need to know how to use each media channel so that your content and messages reach the right audiences. These are the popular media sharing sites: Picasa, Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Dig, and SlideShare. Educational websites can include websites that have games, videos, or topic-related resources that act as tools to enhance learning and supplement classroom teaching. These websites help make the process of learning entertaining and attractive to the student, especially in today's age. Business, governmental, and organization. It's no longer feasible to run a business, even a brick-and-mortar one, without a web presence. Consumers turn to the internet for everything, from product research to location and operating hours. Even just a simple, well-designed website can give you an edge in your field. And if you have products to sell, your site can open up new markets and expand your business cheaply and easily. Blogs. A blog, a translation of weblog, is a discussion or informational website published on the World Wide Web, consisting of discrete, often informal diary-style text entries. Posts are typically displayed in reverse chronological order, so that the most recent post appears first at the top of the web page. A web mapping or an online mapping is the process of using the maps delivered by a Geographic Information System, also known as GIS, on the internet, more specifically in the World Wide Web. A web map or an online map is both served and consumed. Thus, web mapping is more than just web cartography. It is a service by which consumers may choose what the map will show. WebGIS emphasizes geodata processing aspects more involved with design aspects, such as data acquisition, and server software architecture, such as data storage and algorithms, than it does the end-user report themselves. Wikis and collaboration. A wiki is a website that is collaboratively created by multiple users. It can also be thought of as a collaborative content management system for collecting and organizing media that is created and revised by its users. As you know, the most well-known example is Wikipedia. Entertainment. An entertainment website is a website that focuses on creating high-quality content that is entertaining for the target audience. It could be anything from information pieces and news to videos, films to blog posts, or even films. Banking and finance. Financial portals are websites or apps that provide a variety of financial data and information all in one place. They act as information hubs for users or clients who are often individual investors and provide up-to-date financial news and data to make their investment decisions. Retails and auctions. A process that allows the customers to search, select, and purchase the products, services, and information remotely over the internet. Portals. A portal is a web-based platform that collects information from different sources into a single user interface and presents users with the most relevant information for their context. Over time, simple web portals have evolved into portal platforms that support digital customer experience initiatives. Content aggregation. In its simple form, content aggregation is the collection of information based on a common topic involving one or more related keywords. Aggregating other people's information conveniently augments your original content while providing a broader perspective.
The Internet, websites, and media. The web often uses infographics to present concepts, products, and news. An infographic, short for information graphic, is a valid representation of data or information designed to communicate quickly, simply complex concepts or present patterns or trends. BMP file format, also known as bitmap image file, is a raster graphics image file format used to store bitmap digital images independently of the display device, such as graphics adapter, especially on the Microsoft Windows and OS operating system. GIF stands for Graphic Interchange Format. This type of image file is capable of displaying transparencies. Apparently, this may not be too useful on a printed document, but if you are sending document electronically or through email or even post documents into website, then this could be quite impressive. JPEG, file extension for the Joint Photographic Experts Group. Like all the rest of the image file extension, JPEG identifies the kind of comprehension and portable to the internet. This type of image file can support 16.7 million colors. That is why it is suitable for use when working with full color photographic images. Unfortunately, it does not support transparency. PNG. This is pronounced as PNG. It stands for Portable Network Graphics. It is also good with transparencies, but unlike GIF, it does not support animation, but it can display up to about 16 million colors, so image quality for this image file type is also remarkably improved. TIFF, also known as Tag Image File Format. Abbreviated TIFF or TIF is a computer file format for storing raster graphic images. Popular among graphic artists, the publishing industry, and the photographers. The format was created by the Aldous Corporation for use in desktop publishing.
Animation is the art of creating moving images via use of computers. It is a subfield of computer graphics and animation. Increasingly, it is created by means of 3D computer graphics. 2D computer graphics are still widely used for low bandwidth and faster real-time rendering needs. Animation is used to create models that are essential for research and study. Animations allows you to create 3D realistic models that allow diagram, etc. to show accurate representation of an object. Video. Any digital moving feature which includes a computer file in video format such as MP4, MOV, M4V, AVI, DIVX, or FLV. A video may also refer to a DVD or Blu-ray disc. Years ago, a video was an analog tape recording. See video format. See MPEG, video codec, and codec. Video is an electronic medium for the recording, copying, playback, broadcasting, and display of moving visual media. Video was first developed for mechanical television systems, which were quickly replaced by cathode ray tube systems, which were later replaced by flat panel display of several types. Virtual reality is a simulated experience that can be similar to or completely different from the real world. Applications of virtual reality include entertainment, education, and business. Virtual reality, or VR, refers to computer-generated simulation in which person can interact with an artificial three-dimensional environment using electronic devices, such as a special goggles with a screen or gloves fitted with sensors. An audio file format is a file format for storing digital audio data on a computer system. The bit layout of the audio of data, excluding metadata, is called the audio coding format and can be uncompressed or compressed to reduce the file size, often using lossy compression. Audio is the sound system that comes with or can be added to a computer. An audio card contains a special built-in processor and memory for processing audio files and sending them to speakers in the computer.
An audio file is a record of captured sound that can be played back. Other internet services. As previously mentioned, the web is only one of the many services on the internet. Other internet services include the following: email, email list, internet messaging, and chat rooms. Email. Electronic mail is a method of exchanging message between people using electronic devices. Email entered limited use in the 1960s, but users could only send to users of the same computer. Some systems also supported a form of instant messaging where sender and receiver needed to be online simultaneously. Email messages are usually encoded in American Standard Code for Information Interchange (ASCII) text. However, you can also send non-text files such as graphic images and sound files as attachments sent in binary streams. Email list is a collection of emails that you have received through your blog or website. It's a collection of email address used by an individual or an organization to send marketing material to multiple recipients. Email list. Electronic mailing list or email list is a special use of email that allows for widespread distribution of information to many internet users. A list of email address, the people, subscribers receiving mail at those addresses, thus defining a community gathered around a topic of interest. Instant messaging. Instant messaging technology is a type of online chat allowing real-time text transmission over the internet or another computer network. Messages are typically transmitted between two or more parties when each user inputs text and trigger a transmission to the recipient who are all connected on a common network. Instant messaging allows two or more users to communicate with each other via real-time chat. Chat may be one-to-one or many-to-many, as in chat groups. In addition to chatting, most modern instant messaging softwares allows file sharing and sometimes audio and video conferencing. Chat rooms. The term chat room or chat room is primarily used to describe any form of synchronous conferencing, occasionally even asynchronous conferencing. The term can thus mean any technology ranging from real-time online chat and online interaction with strangers to fully immersive graphical social environments. The primary use of a chat room is to share information via text with a group of other users. Generally speaking, the ability to converse with multiple people in the same conversation differentiates chat rooms from instant messaging programs, which are most typically designed for one-to-one communication. How an email message may travel from a sender to a receiver. First, computer or mobile devices. Using an email program, you create and send a message on a computer or mobile device. Second, your email will go on outgoing mail server. Your email program contacts software on the outgoing mail server. Then, it will go on internet router. Software on the outgoing mail server determines the best route for the data and sends the message, which travels along internet routers to the recipient's incoming mail server. After it goes in internet router, it will go in incoming mail server that stores your email and then send it to your inbox. And last, when the recipient uses an email program to check for email messages, the message transfers from the incoming mail server to the recipient's computer or mobile device. What are the good practices to follow when using an email? First, keep message brief. Segment your message into easily digestible bits. One exercise that allows you to do this is to describe your offering's key benefit in a single simple sentence.
Second, respond to the message in timely manner but consider the consequences of writing controversial or negative words. Send a note back giving the person a quick update or status on a project or pending issue. Sometimes, just letting the person know you got their message and will respond later is good, but make sure you follow up later. Third, use proper grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Good spelling, correct grammar, and the appropriate use of punctuation will give them more confidence in the person communicating with them. Fourth, never respond to unsolicited message. Experienced email users know that you should never respond to spam. Spammers spy you millions of messages to address lists that contain both valid and invalid email address. Any response at all lets them know your address is live, making it more valuable when they sell it to other spammers. Fifth, use meaningful subject lines. It is important to keep an email subject line informative, catchy, and brief. With samples, you can test different subject lines to strike the right chord with your audience. 6. Read the message before you send. This would likely eliminate most of the problems associated with electronic communication. Incredibly, bright and talented people send sloppy texts and emails all the time. Message rife with misspelling, punctuation errors, and formatting errors. And lastly, use email when you want a written record of a communication. You need a written record of the communication. Saving important emails can be helpful if you need to refer back to what someone said in an earlier message. Provide some kind of proof, for example, proof that you have paid for a service or product, or review the content of an important meeting or memo.
Email list. An email list or electronic mailing list is a group of email addresses used for mass distribution of a message. When a message is sent to an email list, each person on the list receives a copy of the message in his or her mailbox. Email list. In the list, you will receive type of any message or emails in your account. For example, you have a business with your manager. You can interact with your manager to send a file that he or she can read the email that you sent. Internet messaging. Internet messaging services, which often occur in real time, are communication services that notify you when one or more of your established contacts are online and then allows you to exchange message or files or join a private chat room with them. Explanation. Internet messaging is one of the best way to communicate with the other people. The internet messaging has a benefit to meet new people in the internet, and it is an easy way to contact the person you want to talk. And the advantage of it is you will know if the person is active and you can receive the message as fast as you can. Chat rooms. A chat is real-time type conversation that takes place on a computer or mobile device with many other online users. A chat room is a website or application that permits users to chat with others who are online at the same time. The server echoes the user's message to everyone in the chat room. Anyone in the chat room can participate in the conversation, which usually is specific to a particular topic. Explanation on chat room. Chat room is one of the best way to communicate with the other people, because on the chat room is the way to access with group that you can talk, like in our school purposes, that we can use chat room to have a brainstorming for our activity and we can work all together. Online discussions. An online discussion or discussion forum is an online area in which users have a written discussion about a particular subject. To participate in a discussion, a user posts a message called an article and other users read and reply to the message. A thread or threaded discussion consists of the original article and all subsequent related replies. For example, some companies set up online discussion for their customer to ask questions or share information about using their products. Online discussion explanation. In our current situation, this like a online class. It has big help for the student to have an easy way to access with their teachers and learn through online, but there is a disadvantage for us as student because they need a cellular data or Wi-Fi to access with this. VoIP. VoIP, short for Voice over Internet Protocol, enables user to speak to the other's user via their internet connection. That is, VoIP uses the internet instead of the public switch telephone network. To connection a calling party to one or more local or long distance called parties. To place an internet phone call, you need a broadband connection, a microphone and speaker, both of which are included with a standard computer or mobile device, and VoIP software such as Skype. Some VoIP services require that you have purchased a separate phone and VoIP router and that you subscribe to their service. Explanation. VoIP in the voice over internet protocol, you can communicate with the people using Skype, Viber or anything apps to communicate. If you're slow moving to type, you can touch the logo call or video call and it will allow to see you and to speak. And you will understand each other what you are saying. If you have a poor connection, you need to find a strong connection. File Transfer Protocol, in short FTP, is an internet standard that permits file uploading and downloading to and from other computers on the internet. Uploading is the process of transferring files from a computer or mobile device to a server on the internet. Recall, downloading is the process of transferring files from other server on the internet to your computer or mobile device. Web page developers, for example, often FTP to upload their web page to a web server. Many operating systems include FTP capabilities. Explanation of FTP. The file transfer protocol is a all-presence of the internet concert with FTP for the electronic changing of documents quickly gave rise to the paperless office concept. You can send a file as many as you want. You don't need to waste your time by transferring a files one by one. Digital communications. Home users, small or home office users, mobile users, power users, and enterprise users interact with technology for many reasons, including communication, productivity, and information. On the digital communication has wide a range of channels. It is responsible for everything that related to the digital. In our generation, communication is done by the digital. You can communicate by using email, tweets, blogging, and social media posts. It is exchange of information by the digital. Users nowadays have a responsible when using the technology. Netiquette, which is short for internet etiquette, is the code of acceptable behaviors users should follow while on the internet. That is, it is the conduct expected of individuals, while online etiquette includes rules for all aspects in the internet, including the web page, social media, internet messaging, chat rooms, online discussion, and outline some of the rules of netiquette with respect to online communications. Explanation for netiquette. Netiquette is a respect other people's privacy by not sharing their information that they don't like to publish in social media. Don't open link that someone sent to you. It's maybe has a virus or something that inappropriate. It also be polite to someone that help you in online. And also don't mess with other people.
Slowly kisses passing by the river. I've been missing your strawberry kiss, 'cause nothing